Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Vihari.
And now chapter 16. Lord Parashuram destroys the world's ruling class. Gopi Jana Vallabha. Shukdev Goswami said, My dear Maharaj Pariksit, son of the Kuru dynasty, when Lord Parashuram was given this order by his father, he immediately agreed, saying, Let it be so. For 1 complete year he traveled to holy places. Then he returned to his father's residence. Once, when Renuka, the wife of Jamadagni, went to the bank of the Ganges to get water, she saw the king of the Gandharvas decorated with a garland of lotuses and sporting in the Ganges with celestial women or apsaras. She had gone to bring water from the Ganges, but when she saw Chitrarata, the king of the Gandharvas, sporting with the celestial girls, she was somewhat inclined toward him and failed to remember that the time for the fire sacrifice was passing. Later, understanding that the time for offering the sacrifice had passed, Renuka feared a curse from her husband. Therefore, when she returned, she simply put the water pot before him and stood there with folded hands. The great sage Jamadagni understood the adultery in the mind of his wife. Therefore he was very angry and told his sons, My dear sons, kill this sinful woman. But the sons did not carry out his order. Jamadagni then ordered his youngest son, Parashuram, to kill his brothers, who had disobeyed this order, and his mother, who had mentally committed adultery. Lord Parashuram, knowing the power of his father, who was practiced in meditation and austerity, killed his mother and brothers immediately. Jamadagni, the son of Satyavati, was very much pleased with Parashuram and asked him to take any benediction he liked. Lord Parashuram replied, Let my mother and brothers live again and not remember having been killed by me. This is the benediction I ask. Thereafter, by the benediction of Jamadagni, Lord Parashuram's mother and brothers immediately came alive and were very happy, as if awakened from a sound sleep. Lord Parashuram had killed his relatives in accordance with his father's order, because he was fully aware of his father's power, austerity, and learning. My dear King Pariksit, the sons of Kartavirya Arjuna, who were defeated by the superior strength of Parashuram, never achieved happiness, for they always remembered the killing of their father. Once when Parashuram left the ashram for the forest with Vasuman and his other brothers, the sons of Kartavirya Arjuna took the opportunity to approach Jamadagni's residence to seek vengeance for their grudge. The sons of Kartavirya Arjuna were determined to commit sinful deeds. Therefore, when they saw Jamadagni sitting by the side of the fire to perform yajna and meditating upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is praised by the best of selected prayers, they took the opportunity to kill him. With pitiable prayers, Renuka, the mother of Parashuram and wife of Jamadagni, begged for the life of her husband. But the sons of Kartavirya Arjuna, being devoid of the qualities of Kshatriyas, were so cruel that despite her prayers, they forcibly cut off his head and took it away. Lamenting in grief for the death of her husband, the most chaste Renuka struck her own body with her hands and cried very loudly, "O Ram, my dear son Ram!" Although the sons of Jamadagni, including Lord Parashuram, were a long distance from home, as soon as they heard Renuka loudly calling, "O Ram, O my son," they hastily returned to the ashram, where they saw their father already killed. Virtually bewildered by grief, anger, indignation, affliction, and lamentation, the sons of Jamadagni cried, "O Father, most religious saintly person, you have left us and gone to the heavenly planets." Thus lamenting, Lord Parashuram entrusted his father's dead body to his brothers and personally took up his axe, having decided to put an end to all the Kshatriyas on the surface of the world. O King, Lord Parashuram then went to Mahishmati, which was already doomed by the sinful killing of a Brahmin. In the midst of that city he made a mountain of heads severed from the bodies of the sons of Kartavir Arjun. With the blood of the bodies of these sons, Lord Parashuram created a ghastly river, which brought great fear to the kings who had no respect for rabbinical culture. Because the Kshatriyas, the men of power in government, were performing sinful activities, Lord Parashuram, on the plea of retaliating for the murder of his father, rid all the Kshatriyas from the face of the earth 21 times. Indeed, in the place known as Samanta Panchika, he created 9 lakes filled with their blood. Thereafter Parashuram joined his father's head to the dead body and placed the whole body and head upon kusha grass. By offering sacrifices, he began to worship Lord Vasudeva, who is the all-pervading supersoul of all the demigods and of every living entity. After completing the sacrifice, Lord Parashuram gave the eastern direction to the Hota as a gift, the south to the Brahma, the west to the Advaryu, the north to the Udgata, and the 4 corners, northeast, southeast, northwest, and southwest, to the other priests. He gave the middle to Kashyapa, and the place known as Aryavarta to the Upadrashta. Whatever remained, he distributed among the Sadasyas, the associate priests.